Anne Cole Lowe was an American fashion designer and the first African American to become a noted fashion designer. Lowe's one-of-a-kind designs were a favorite among high society matrons from the 1920s to the 1960s. She was best known for designing the ivory silk taffeta wedding dress worn by Jacqueline Bouvier when she married John F. Kennedy in 1953. In 1917, Lowe moved to New York City, where she enrolled at the St. Taylor Design School. As the school was segregated, Lowe was required to attend classes in a room alone. After graduating in 1919, Lowe and her son moved to Tampa, Florida. The following year, she opened her first dress salon. The salon catered to members of high society and quickly became a success. Having saved $20,000 from her earnings, Lowe returned to New York City in 1928. For a time, she worked on commission for stores such as Henry Bedell, Shea Sonia, Neiman Marcus, and Saks Fifth Avenue. In 1946, she designed the dress that Olivia de Havilland wore to accept the Academy Award for the Best Actress for To Each His Own, although the name on the dress was Sonia Rosenberg. As she was not getting credit for her work, Lowe opened a second salon, Anne Lowe's Gowns, in New York City on Lexington Avenue in 1950. Her one-of-a-kind designs made from finest fabrics were an immediate success and attracted many wealthy high society clients. Design elements for which she was known include fine handiwork, signature flowers, and Naputo technique. The Saturday Evening Post later called Lowe society's best kept secret. Throughout her career, Lowe was known for being highly selective in choosing her clientele. She later described herself as an awful snob, adding, "I love my clothes and I'm particular about who wears them. I am not interested in sewing for a cafe society or social climbers. I do not cater to Mary and Sue. I sew for a career." Lowe created designs for several generations: Auchincloss, the Rockefellers, the Lodges, the DuPont family, the Post family, and the Biddle families. In 1953, Janet Lee Auchincloss hired Lowe to design a wedding dress for her daughter, the future First Lady Jacqueline Bouvier, and the dresses for her bridal attendants for her September wedding to then Senator John F. Kennedy. Auchincloss then asked Lowe to design her own wedding dress for her marriage to Hugh Auchincloss in 1942. Lowe's dress for Bouvier cost $500, approximately $5,000 today, was described in detail in the New York Times coverage of the wedding. While the Bouvier-Kennedy wedding was a highly publicized event, Lowe did not receive public credit for her work. Throughout her career, Lowe continued to work for wealthy clientele who often talked her out of charging hundreds of dollars for her designs. After paying her staff, she often failed to make a profit on her designs. Lowe later admitted that at the height of her career, she was virtually broke. In 1961, she received the Courier of the Year award and opened a new store, Anne Lowe's Originals, on Madison Avenue. She then retired in 1972. A collection of Anne Lowe's designs are held at the Costume Institute at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. 3 are on display at the Smithsonian Institutes, the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Several others were included in an exposition on Black fashion at the Museum of Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. Anne Lowe, society's best kept secret, when in fact she was an icon in her own time. Anne Lowe, an American fashion designer and the first African American to become a noted fashion designer. This is another segment of Black History Month for 2021. Thank you for watching, and please come back and watch more of my videos. Like, share, subscribe, and comment.